We've been working hard modifying our 7.5-ton truck Moose to tow our future dream tiny home. With the airbag suspension upgrade and chassis chop behind us, we're moving on to our next big challenge: building a completely custom flatbed and mounting our brand new fifth wheel. Moose, what a beautiful hoof you have.
Road to off-grid, off-grid.
He's such a little chunky boy. He's looking even stumpier now. He's got that bed
It's
on.
wide.
I love it.
Looks really cool.
So we've got everything kind of mocked up for now.
I think it looks like a lot, but it's not very complicated. There's only a few parts. There's these bits that run along the chassis rails. They're the runners. Then we've got these cross members. And then we've got those really chunky bits in there, and that's going to be where our fifth wheel coupling attaches to.
We'll have to figure out where the box is going to go, the storage box, the fifth wheel. And then we have the headboard. And then we're going to get the wood boards for the actual bed.
We're going to go with scaffolding boards because they're tough. They've already been treated. And it was just way cheaper than getting anything else.
Yeah, it seems to be like the cheapest way to buy wood.
Yeah. So for the use, I think it'll be really good. So now we need to just take it all off again.
Oh.
So what we've got to do is, these are the body mounts. So this bit goes on the chassis rail, this bit goes on the subframe, and they kind of bolt like that. So we've got to figure out where they're going to go on the chassis rails, figure out where there's space, because there's so much on there now.
Also, I want to show you something else we've done. In the last video, we just kind of nestled this in place.
Oh yeah.
So we painted it up, and now it's mounted in, our end piece, and we finished our air system, so we actually have proper bulkheads.
Oh yeah, it looks really neat.
And we did paint this one as well, because some of you were worried that we just moved it up without knocking all the rust off. So
Oh yeah.
don't worry, that's done.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, now we can go.
So they're going to go something like that, and then that's kind of how it'll be. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, because each bracket's going to have like its own unique position height-wise and stuff, depending on where the holes are in the chassis.
Oh, I'll be in charge of lining up the top.
You good?
I think so.
So we're going to do like one there, one kind of in the middle, and then one at the front. Because then in the middle, where the fifth wheel is mounted, there's a massive plate that holds it all together.
It is massive.
It's massive.
It's massive. We're just trying to figure out where to place the lead, and we decided we're going to move the batteries back to their original position.
I have to check my ear defenders now. The other week I went to put them on and I was like, what's this funny thing tickling my ear? And I looked inside and there was a big moth living in my ear defenders. It's uncomfortable. Ready? There we go. Oh, it's lighter than I remember.
It looks better there.
Yeah, it does. It looks neater. Cool. So we've still got 2 holes that we can use for the mounts here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to offer this up and see how it goes, and then if it's all good, we're going to use this one as a template for the next one. What do we reckon? Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Oh, that looks neat. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you want to clamp the back just so it doesn't... Do you want to clamp the back just so it doesn't tip? I'll get some more brackets. I'm stuck in here.
Okay, it's on good enough. Be interesting to see how much it weighs. It's going to be good to have a bit of weight on the back because at the moment
the airbags can't really do it.
Yeah, the amount of pressure needed in the airbags is like tiny, so they can't really work properly. So yeah, we need a good bit of weight back there, which there will be now, and it should be less sketchy as well. It shouldn't be sketchy at all because you get tippers and flatbeds this size anyway. So cool.
Yeah.
They look really good. Okay, we've run out of bolts, so we'll have to call it a day there. That took much longer than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Always does. But it feels good to be back at the truck. If you didn't know, I've had a week and a half off while I was doing my driver training, and I did my test, and I passed. Woohoo! It was awesome. So it was a C1 plus E, which means I can drive up to 7.5 ton, which is what Moose is, and pull a 3.5 ton trailer, which is exactly the limits of Moose anyway. So yeah, it was really fun. It was very intense, much harder than I thought it was going to be. So thanks for all the wishes of good luck and all the nice messages. It was very nice, thank you. Cool, so we're done here for the day. Let's come back tomorrow. Okay, so we've gone ahead and clamped the runners down. They're on there real good. So we're going to put the cross members on now. It should go together pretty quick now, really. I'm just going to weld it all up.
Which way are they supposed to face?
I don't know if there's like a way that they should face.
Aerodynamics, it would be the other way.
Yeah. So we need the same amount poking out each side, don't we? Mm-hmm. So these are 2.225. This should be 85. Yeah, close enough. 225, take away 85, 140.
That doesn't seem right. Oh yeah, and then divided by 2 is 70.
70, that makes more sense. Is that good?
Yes.
I reckon I should just tack it in place. Get the welder, just tack it.
Yeah, do you think we should like clamp it down though?
We have got some welding blankets to protect all of our stuff. So the last thing we want to do is burn a hole in our airbag. That'll be fine. Alright, first weld on the flatbed. Here we go.
We're doing it.
It's happening.
We're building.
We're making something. We're not just taking stuff off of the truck.
Tech.
So we're going to work on the front next. It's a little bit different than the other cross members because it needs to support like the big bulkhead thing that goes behind the cab. So you've got two bits of this 100 by 50 box section, and it's going to be something like this. I got to weld this together real good and strong. So first I just got to prep the metal, get it clean. So we've just got a 25mm spacer that's in there, this bit of angle. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, it just needs to be equal the whole way along. Yeah, cool. I'll tack it, get it good, tack it, get it good. There's some beefy welds on that. I think that's okay though. I actually had to stop twice. The first time when I first tacked it, the two bits were like bowing away from each other. It's really strange. So I clamped it all down, cut those tacks out, and then the wind picked up and loads of the welds went bad. They go all bubbly and crazy because it blows the gas away. So I had to grind a few of them out, and redo them, but I think it's good. Hop. So what we need is to actually flip it over like that. It's gonna go somewhere like that. I should just be able to use that spacer that we used a minute ago to line it up with the back.
You need more length.
Ah, yeah. Excuse me? A little bit more? A bit more? There you go. Yeah, that's not square for me at all.
It's weird. Okay.
No, now I'm miles off. After much measuring, we're happy with this. We think it's square, it's good. Just gonna tack it in. Okay, we're just marking up exactly where the big chunky bits of steel are going to go that hold the fifth wheel on. It's a little hard to explain without... Oh, I could show CAD.
You've shown CAD already.
Have I?
Yes.
To me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Oh. This is so fun. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Wait. We've done it wrong.
Did you divide it by the wrong amount?
Yeah, there was going to be 4 here. Sorry. You got to cut it off.
Get the angle grinder. Oh, on the welder holding. They're all in place. That was probably the hardest bit.
Those are annoying.
That was a real pain in the butt. Yeah. So
tomorrow we get our big fat plates, so we'll be able to finish off because there's not going to be such a big gap here when we're done. We've got the fifth wheel hitch, then a box, and then we're going to have to do some funky supports going the other way for all the wood.
people were saying that the fifth wheel is going to be really gross and oily and we're not going to want to touch it, which is true. But you can get these lifting hooks that clip in. They're like kingpin attachments, and they clip in as if it's a trailer hitching in, and then it has a handle. So we'll be able to lift it off and move it around with that. That's
quite a little weight from the centre, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Because it's like got
just
40
wear gloves.
kilos.
I'll be alright. It's only 40 kilos. Me and you can do that.
Okay. Whee!
Don't break it. It's only tacked. Can you tell what's changed? We've done some things. Because the weather's like driving us crazy, so we've put a big tarp up here, connected it to our marquee to the workshop with a whole bunch of ratchet straps. And then with a winch, we pulled Moose back. And then we swapped the shed around over there. I think it's cool.
We're very tired of getting rained upon.
And Moose is like pretty much all undercover now. But yeah, that's all we've done. Oh, I did cut this off because this one was in the wrong place. And we know that because our coupling plate mounts have arrived. We did say the plates were big.
Told you they're massive.
Yeah. This is 10mm thick plate, laser cut. It's very nice. I really hope the holes line up because we spent hours making the template and measuring it all and stuff. Okay, first bolt.
Where's it going?
There. T.
Where?
Up.
Where?
There.
Oh, no.
T.
It's not.
It is, it's that.
Oh, I see it.
Does it just need to come up?
I think it just needs to go up.
How's that?
Yeah, that'll be fine, yeah.
Is that looking good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Core.
Wow. We had to buy very expensive high tensile bolts, and high strength washers. I didn't know that was a thing. They're like, they resist being crushed.
Probably good.
Yeah. Oh. Your head was in my way.
It is in my way.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. No way. First try.
We're very good.
We're getting there. That's a beast.
It is a beast. So we didn't have to cut any more holes. We just mapped out holes that were already there. Because I think he's starting to look like Swiss cheese.
Though there's 2 extra holes on there though, isn't there? That we haven't done yet. These ones. So we got to drill through into the cross member because it's also going to get bolted to the cross member just to... Sorry, not the cross member, the runner.
The runners. Yeah.
Cool. It looks a bit ridiculous. It looks very strong. Okay, so we got to take that off and weld it all up. But before that, you got to do some accurate hole drilling.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hayley's got 16 holes to drill. So while she's doing that, I've prepared these. I've got 10 of these. It's an angle. I'm going to weld it all up and then it'll all be tied together in a big grid and it should be super strong. Just tacking it in place for now.
Okay, that's the first one done. 1 of 2. I don't know if you can see through.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's quite heavy.
Yeah.
So we've got these M16 like internally threaded inserts, like giant metal wall plugs, which is good because we thought we were going to have to make something, but we found them and they're perfect. They're a little long, but
I think that's good that they're long because that gives me, I can do a good weld underneath.
yeah, you can kind of pinch it in place underneath, can't you? Hold it. So maybe something like that.
Okay, shall I do that while you're doing the next 8 holes?
Yeah.
Good, accurate hole drilling, by the way.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to grind off the zinc coating from there up, just because welding zinc coating is probably not good for you. Basically, this is the bottom, so we pop that in there, and then it's going to be flush with the other face. I mean, I'm just going to tack it all up for now to make sure it all fits, because I don't want to weld all this really heavy duty stuff in, because there's going to be a lot of weld going into this bit. Is that the other one done?
Huh?
You got your earplugs in.
Yeah.
Is that the other one done?
You have to shout.
Nice. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah. Ow.
What else is going on here? You got the saw out and everything?
Yeah, so let me show you. I was experimenting with different angles because although I've drawn it in CAD, what we call it, the bulkhead at the front, when I cut it first, just to see what it was going to be like, it was too steep. It was kind of like this because it kind of tapers in my design. So I've just been experimenting with some angles, and I think that's kind of how it's going to be.
Yeah, that's nice.
We're going to kind of just wing it a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Tack it in place, and then yeah, go from there.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be cool. Okay, first bit. Oh, that's right. Wrong way around. How's that look?
The angle's good.
Yeah?
Hmm?
Does it look cool?
Yeah.
I reckon I just do a couple of tacks and then we just work off it.
Well, how are you going to cut the angle at the top if you tack it on?
That's a good point. How does it look? Oh, it looks cool.
Zing.
It's gonna look chunky.
Yeah, it follows Moose's shape.
Yeah, quite well.
Mm.
How's it look?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks good. Now we just got to figure out the next angles and stuff. I'm thinking it's gonna be something like that.
Lift it up a little. Yeah, I think that complements his corner.
Like that?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that follows that.
3-7. All right, let's see. Where are we at then? This should be 68. Oh, that's pretty good. Here we go. This way. Angles are hard. So this should be 1, 1, 2. Look at this.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks like the right angle.
Does that look right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's done. There you go. It's becoming night, but we're determined to get this frame done.
It's been a very long time since we had the light outside.
It has, yeah.
This is very reminiscent of our old tent now. With
Yeah,
our big marquee. Rip.
I miss that marquee. It was so cool having all that space inside. Okay, let's get this tacked back up in place. Is it looking better dimensionally?
Yes.
So this is too long at the moment, but
Okay. Basically where your little finger is.
yeah. That was quite tricky. All the angles and stuff kind of drove me mad. It tested my patience a bit. But there it is.
Yeah, those angles were very annoying.
Yeah, and but to be fair, we've measured it all, and it's spot on, like to within a couple of decimals of a degree, which is pretty impressive since we welded it in place, like in the air, you know?
In the dark.
Yeah. So it's just all tacked up for now, and then later on, when we go to paint it and stuff, we'll slide Moose out the way, give everything a good proper weld up and a paint.
So it looks like the bulkhead goes higher than Moose's cab when you're on the ground, but when you're up eye level, the cab is taller. So we're going to finish that skeleton frame now.
Yeah, we got to figure out how high we want the horizontal bit, because the top bit's going to be the bars to protect the window. I think like here-ish or something.
Yeah.
Should we mock it up? So we're just going to use this bit of angle to represent the
height.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, I almost chopped my head off. Where do you reckon then?
I think like there.
There. I think that looks good. All right, we're done with this piece. We know where we want it. So I want to say a massive thank you to FH Brundle. They helped us out before with metal, and they've helped us out again with the Flatbed project.
Yeah, they're quickly becoming our favourite place to buy metal from.
Yeah, well, it's great. The prices are good, and you can also go in and speak to people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Or you can order it online, and like the delivery comes so quick
really
for
quick.
us at least.
We went on a tour around their big warehouse.
It was
recently.
super cool.
It was
really
huge.
cool. So yeah, another massive thank you to FH Brundle. They're all over the country. Check them out when you need metal and all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of things. It stopped.
That means that's where it's going.
How are we going to get this clamped?
Maybe a ratchet on each side, and then we can like click, click, click.
Oh yeah.
Do you reckon that's a good idea?
Yes, I'm enjoying the return of the ratchets.
Watch yourself.
This ratchet's got it back. That's on the line.
I'm also on the line. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. Done. That took so much longer than I'd like to admit. Right, this is the last piece to cut.
Straightforward.
That's a good fit. Yay! Is it wonky?
Maybe the top is a bit.
Okay. Yeah, that weld probably pulled it a bit wonky. There?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
Yes. It's very Mad Max.
It
I have
is.
to call him Mad Moose.
Mad Moose. I like that a lot. Cool. Okay.
Well, that's as far as we can get on that.
Yes.
So, well, the next bit's pretty exciting.
We're going to put the fifth wheel on.
Tiny bit more welding.
Just a
and then
little
it can go on.
bit. But at least we get to weld inside on a welding table now. Okay, so this is our big old plates that you've seen. I just took it off the side of the truck. If my CAD is correct, then all we need to do is take these big chunky cross members that we've made. They've got the threaded rods in, ready for the fifth wheel feet. Basically, if it's all correct, then we should just be able to weld these in place. I've done some pretty heavy chamfers on the edge of this so I could get some really deep welds in. Okay.
So now do we just flip it over?
It's going to be heavy.
It is. I'm scared.
Cool, that's heavy, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Are you okay?
I got my leg under it.
Woo! Is it making sense yet? What we're making?
I think that looks very, very straight.
Should we say that's definitely good enough?
Yeah.
Should we check this distance?
Well, I can already see it's a bit close.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the fun of welding stuff, isn't it? They're just all warps. Even really thick stuff. So this distance is it's too close together. So it should be there. So we're gonna have to stick something in there, aren't we, and squish it out. How are we gonna do it?
I've already come up with this invention. It's just time to do an invention now.
Yeah, that's gonna work. Clamp it! Clamp it quick!
I'm trying.
Look at this contraption. Ready?
That's the wrong one.
I've done that one already. Don't do that one. Ready? Okay, so Hayley just picked it up and moved it over by herself. We're going to use the crane. Let's see how this goes. I broke my mallet hitting a bit of wood. Okay, so it does need to go down a little bit more, but because there's a fair bit more welding required on it, we don't want to hammer it in place and get it all tight, because we got to take it off again. But it's pretty close, maybe about 5 inches or so.
It's not far off.
No. So we're going to detach from the crane, and then we're going to put the 5th wheel hitch on and make sure it all lines up, see how it looks. It's gonna be super cool. Oh, this is tight now. That's probably why it was also getting hard to hit down into place.
That crane is coming so useful.
Yeah, cranes are well good. That's why we should put a high ab on the truck. We have looked into it.
It's very heavy.
No.
Very
it's
expensive.
Yeah.
And also you wouldn't have been able to have the bulkhead.
The amount of times we'd actually use a high ab, I don't know. We'll just have to get a special high ab truck, a specific one.
Oh yes, cool.
Sorry a sec. Oh, they haven't seen our 5th wheel hitch yet, have they?
Here it is.
It's down here somewhere.
Oh, my biceps.
There we go, the bolt holes line up.
Moose, what a beautiful hoof you have.
Look at that, that looks awesome.
You look very tiny next to Big Moose.
Do I?
Yeah.
Moose is getting big. He's having a bit of a growth spurt. So now the big plates and everything, hopefully it all makes sense how it's all going to go together.
Yeah, just a little bit lower down, and then the top of those 100 by 100 box section is going to be flush with the top of our scaffold boards, our deck. Yeah, it's a little bit tall at the moment, but...
Tell you what, my back hurts. Awesome. So yeah, as we were saying, this has all got to go down a bit. This bolt hole is going to go into there, so it's not much, but that's where that's going. We've got to put the side, like the perimeter around. That's what this chunky metal down there is for. And we've got some bracing to do on this because it's quite wobbly. So I'm probably going to like triangulate this bit down to the flatbed just to really stiffen it up, and probably the same on the runners to the cross member there. We've got to make a bumper to go on the back.
Oh yeah,
the whole
he's going to be a funky shape.
The lights, the other tow bar on it. Oh yeah, so if you want to see if we actually pull it off, consider subscribing, because that's all we've got time for. So we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.